Mobile Pirate Radio.
Hello folks, Rob Morris here for part 2 with Dean Odle running for Lieutenant Governor. Then we were talking about the problems you've been having with running for your campaign.
Right, yeah. This time, and as I was sharing last time, that the problem was because I ran a write-in campaign. Of course, didn't know that it was in the bylaws that it was a problem because I went by state law at the time. Of course, I found out after the fact while I was in the midst of it, but I didn't think that would be an issue. And like I said, on May 27th of 2025, I had a phone call with John Wall, who was the chairman of the ALGOP, and said, hey, okay, so what do I do? So what he told me was that rule, sore loser rule that I'm being attacked by, that rule was not made or put in the bylaws to keep true conservative Republicans off the ballot. He said, we're trying to keep Democrats off, or people pretending to be Republican who are really not.
Right.
That's what they're really trying to do. And he said, but if something happens and you get challenged or denied ballot access, you should get a hearing. And, then the 21-member steering committee of the Alabama Republican Party will vote on whether they should give me an exemption or not to this.
That's the state Republican committee, not the local.
Right, it's not local people. Well, I mean, some of it, they're local. They're from different parts of the state.
Okay.
Make up that group, and two, the heads of the Young Republicans. There's one on there. The heads of the minority GOP, they get a spot. So there's different spots, and they're elected spots to kind of, they vote on that within the party.
Okay.
But so that's what I was told. So that's why I continued campaigning, and then of course. One of the problems, the bylaws say that no one shall be allowed to qualify who's done A, B, and C, and write-in's one of them. Well, the problem is on January 20th, I went to the headquarters, the LGOP headquarters in Birmingham, and they allowed me to qualify and paid my money, $1,604, and declared me a qualified Republican candidate to the whole state on all kinds of stuff. And then a few days later, all of a sudden, boom, the chairman, John Wall, steps down to run for lieutenant governor against me and, of course, everybody else that's running. And the new ones, the new head, and all of a sudden I'm getting denied ballot access and without a hearing.
Without a hearing.
And so I've acquired a lawyer, and we filed, for an appeal, which I'm supposed to get to see if I get a hearing. We're waiting on hearing that, whether they're even going to allow me a hearing or not.
So they could hold off the hearing until after the primaries.
Well, no, because actually they can do that. They can try to do that, but we're not going to allow that. So what my attorney's going to ask a judge to slap an injunction on the final ballot until my situation's resolved.
Okay.
So I'm hoping the Alabama Steering Committee of the Republican Party will do the right thing and just reinstate me, because I'm clearly not a fake Republican or a Democrat. That would be the best thing for everybody involved. But if not, I'm going to hold their feet to the fire, because this is unfair. And I'm going to tell you why it's unfair. They are allowing John Wall, who's the chairman, to have ballot access, not even examining that he's got constitutional issues running, because he has had a Tennessee driver's license, which means he had a Tennessee residence from 2020 to 2023. He got a speeding ticket up in North Alabama. Also, John Wall's not his real name. He is Nehemiah Ezekiel Wall. So John is an alias, or he says a nickname, but he's been putting that on official documents and stuff. So what I'm getting at, I have no problem with the man personally. But if they're going to
cross the T's and dot the I's, they need to be fair with both of you.
Exactly. And sadly enough, even Tupperville has some of these issues that are going to be spelled out in court. I mean, Tupperville's situation going to court. John Wall's stuff is going to end up going to court. Whether it's me or somebody else, it's going to end up in court. The Democrats are not going to let this by. If they think there's eligibility issues, constitutional issues, they're going to put Tupperville in court, and they're going to put John Wall in court. And what's the sad thing about this, there was a representative up in somewhere in North Alabama, a guy named Cole, who won his seat in the House, went and was sworn in the whole 9 yards as a state representative. I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Cole. Anyway, he lied about his eligibility of his residence, and because you got to live in the area that you run for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so when there was an investigation done, it was found that he lied and he did not live where in the district that he ran for. He had to be removed as a representative, and he went to jail.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a serious issues that are going on here, and you know, I just say this: let's do the right thing, especially when it comes to state law and our Alabama state constitution.
Right.
Those are the most important things.
Absolutely.
Little bylaws over here are not state law,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not constitutional issues. Interesting little tidbit, though, is that the issue of the sore loser rule that they're trying to keep me from ballot this
Right.
time, there is a case before the Supreme Court, and this may be struck down as unconstitutional in the days ahead.
And that would cover you.
It would cover me and everything else. So that's what we're going through, but I'm going to fight on.
There you go.
Yeah.
So do you have a plan B in case they don't allow you to?
Well,
the appeals court?
here's the thing: if it all ends up going against me and I don't get to run on this ballot, of course I can the next time if I want to run.
Okay.
But you know, I'm a pastor. I run a ministry school. I pastor in the same church that I planted in 2009 for 17 years. We're getting ready to build a new building right outside Opelika, so I'm in that process too of building a new building. I'm a busy guy.
Sounds like
you know, and so life will continue, and I'll continue to be involved in the Republican Party and you know, trying to influence legislation and things in the right direction, you know, for true conservative Republican issues and Christian issues, and you know, so I'm going to always be involved.
Okay. Well, from Opelika, Alabama, here in Mobile, Alabama, on his campaign trail, Pastor Mr. Dean Odle, running for Lieutenant Governor. Sir, thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us in the studio.
Absolutely, anytime.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm Rob Morris, and this is Mobile Pirate Radio. Thanks for watching.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to have to edit that. But yeah, I think I will.